Hello, my beautiful awakening souls. So happy to be here to do this reading for you today. Here, let's get this incense going. Every once in a while, I forget to light it, but I like to light it for your readings. I'm using my Alice in Wonderland deck today because I'm feeling inspired to do so. I'm in the process right now of making an Alice in Wonderland video for you that I want to release this week. It is about the esoteric and spiritual meaning behind the Alice in Wonderland story. I love Alice in Wonderland. It is one of the movies or cartoons. The story behind it is so inspirational to me, and it's something that I discovered after I went through my spiritual awakening. When I started to realize that there was so much wisdom and knowledge in that cartoon. It wasn't just a cartoon. It was really a beautiful and creative depiction of the journey that every single one of you guys are on. So if you haven't ever watched Alice in Wonderland, I highly recommend that you do. And if you have, but you haven't seen it in a while, I also recommend that you go and rewatch it again. It is pretty special, the messages that are embedded within that. So today we're going to do a quick relationship evaluation between you and your divine masculine. So this first card is going to be a card that is representing your energy, divine feminine. And for this, we have Eight of Swords. Wait, Eight of Spears. That's actually Eight of Wands. So for Eight of Wands, your energy right now, divine feminine, is one of really wanting quick change, wanting something to just give and for things to just be different. You've been learning a lot on your spiritual journey. There are a lot of things that you realize and recognize are not serving you well. And you want these things gone and out of your life, whether it's perception, people, life's, challenges, a job. It could be wanting to get your divine masculine back into your life. You want the circumstances between the two of you to change. Whatever it is that it's probably on multiple levels, you're really wanting rapid change right now. And most likely the motivation behind this is a want to change in order to be able to align your energies with your divine masculine so that they will and can come back into your life. This is something that I think is important to touch on, and I'm glad that this card came up in this reading today for that reason. Our spiritual journey that we embark on when we meet our divine masculine, and then when they turn around and run from us, right? And we go through what we call separation. These things happen to redirect your energy and attention onto what's truly important, which is your spiritual awakening, which is what happens to the receptive energy, the divine feminine. We have to make that our number one priority. And the truth is if we're doing it with the goal or the finish line to be with our twin flame, then we're actually missing the mark. That's like, we all start out that way, every single one of us. And the transition is a difficult one. It really is. The reason that we embark on this journey to begin with, and the reason why we start waking up to all of these new truths, and the reason why we go through what we go through is because of our divine masculine. We know that they're incredibly important to us. So how do we not make it about them? And that's the conundrum. That's the paradox. It can't be about them, even though it is ignited by them, and they are a significant part of it. The truth is that the journey is really, truly about you, about your soul, about your connection to source, and about you stepping into the divine power and space that has always been intended for you. And will your twin flame come back? Of course they will, when this transition takes place. It has to be about you. It can't be about them. You hear over and over and over again in twin flame circles and things like that, when you shift your energy and when you balance out, then that's when your twin flame comes back. And that's true. But your shifting of energy and that balance doesn't come until it's not about them anymore. It can't be about them. Otherwise, they run again. And that's just the truth. That's the way that it works in this dynamic. And it's this way for a reason. It's set up this way for a reason because you, Divine Feminine, are embarking on a journey of spiritual revelation and growth. That's the reason why you meet your twin flame. And if they stick around and you make it all about them, then you're missing the mark. You don't go within. What makes you go within is you're forced to go within, which is why you have the obsessive thinking and all the other things that come along with meeting your twin flame. The only way to make those things go away is to find the inner light within you. What you've been seeking outside of you has actually always been within you. You've just been looking in all the wrong places. Because there's only one place we never look, which is within. And that's what this journey is requiring you to do, Divine Feminine. It is a requirement. And it's a blessing. It's not a curse, even though it can feel like that sometimes. I promise. All right. Now this is your Divine Masculine's energy. And we also have another Wands card that's come up. And it's Two of Wands instead. So with Two of Wands, they are waiting for something. They're waiting for some kind of data, evidence, experience, confirmation in order for them to be able to make a choice. They do realize that they are embarking on great change themselves. And they are wanting that very similarly to you, Divine Feminine. But they're waiting for something and they don't even know for sure what it is that they're waiting for. They just know that they're waiting for something. And they're kind of in this place of limbo. This is much more of a subconscious experience for Divine Masculine than it is for you. It's a knowing. It's a following instinct type of experience for Divine Masculine. They may not be consciously aware in the same way that you are of the spiritual awakening process. But great change is happening within them, leveling up, revelation, maturity on a spiritual level is something that they are also experiencing. And they're, 3D manifestations of that, their perceptions of it, their, interpretations may not be the same because they are an individual with different experiences and different life's experiences and different, ways of looking at things due to their own journey. But they're also, just like everyone else, going through this transformational process, this hero's journey, this journey back to self. And when the two of you meet and you separate for a period of time, it's to give you guys space to be able to do that, because you cannot go on this journey without going within. You can't. That is what you have to do in order to spiritually mature and graduate. Okay? The ascension process is the graduation process. And that must be done alone, because it is an internal thing that happens between you and God's source and them and God's source. And if you can't put your trust in that, in what's guiding you, then you're still of this world. You're still egoic and based in this world. And this is about transcending this world. So the relationship with the two of you, we have Knight of Cups. So in the relationship between the two of you right now, there is definitely a feeling of romantic connection that has brought the two of you together. Something was felt on a deep, deep level between the two of you that you are both very much consciously aware of. But the depths of that at the time that this all started to like bud and take place was unknown to both of you. And as these energies built up between the two of you and a repelling took place, it was because it was that period of time that is needed in order for spiritual growth to happen. And again, that must happen on its own. It has to be between you and Source. That has to be your number one goal, Divine Feminine, and Divine Masculines as well. But do not judge your Divine Masculine's journey. Divine Feminines always do this because they think they know and then they judge. That is immediately going to create discord because that's out of alignment with what Source wants you to do, which is trust Source. Put your complete faith and trust in that higher part of yourself and your higher connection to the Creator. Okay? That is the whole purpose of all of this. It must be done. It must be accepted. That's why you'll hear people talk about surrender. I used to kind of get really mad when I'd hear things like this because it's very frustrating to me. So I have a lot of empathy for how this can be perceived by those of you that are still in the dark night of the soul and still in that crazy, like, kind of addictive energy toward the twin flame, the obsessive energy. But you guys, it all serves a giant purpose. It's actually all quite beautiful when you start to like see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that light at the end of the tunnel, I have to tell you guys, is you. It's your connection to Source. Again, I'm going to say it. What you're seeking outside of you that you feel like you're lacking already exists within you. You don't have to look for it. When you surrender, you recognize you already have it. There's no need to fight for it. There's no need to long for it. Now, the advice that Source has for you, King of Cups. King of Cups, this is the advice that Source or Spirit has for you. Leadership, tolerance, and empathy. This is what you're called to do, Divine Feminine. For yourself, first and foremost. This is like the story of the wounded healer, okay? The story of the wounded healer is someone who has to go through the transformational process of healing themselves first, and then they have the ability to help and aid those in healing themselves as well. A healer doesn't actually heal anyone. A healer guides someone to recognize their own ability to heal themselves, because healing is a personal, internal journey within, between you and your maker. And this is exactly what God wants you to realize, is all the tools that you have are already there. All the things you need, you already have. You need nothing because you already have everything, Divine Feminine. And it's no longer meant to be kept from you. And it was never kept from you. It was only your own belief that made you believe you didn't have it, that caused it to seem like it was far away from you. It was the pursuit of it and the belief that you didn't have it that made it just out of reach. But when you recognize that it's already yours and you cease to run after it and chase it, that's when you realize it was never lost, it was never gone, and it's already and still there with you. That's the experience that our Divine Masculine gives us. Running, separation, it's an illusion, you guys. That's another thing that used to just piss me off when I would hear it. So if it makes you angry, I understand. It's because you don't have the knowledge yet, but it's coming to you, Divine Feminine. And that's part of the reason why you guys have found this channel and others like this one. Okay, you're going to be sent many mentors. None of them are above you. Okay, and you're not above or below anyone else either. We're all here guiding each other home. We're all here as conduits, being divinely inspired to help each other on our paths. You're here for me. I'm here for you. I will never take that for granted because I know the meaning of it. And I want you guys to as well. The oneness that comes along with the deep gratitude, respect, and appreciation for the role and the connection that we all have in each other's lives, even if it's just through a medium like a computer. All right. Likely or possible outcome with you and your divine masculine. Knight of Spears in reverse. You and your divine masculine have been dealing with something treacherous and cruel. Something difficult and abusive, maybe even violent on a certain degree. And it may seem like it's the outside world that's doing these things to you. And many times it has been and will be. But the truth is, the thing that's the most abusive to us, the thing that is the most difficult to overcome and defeat, is oftentimes the voice that we have within us. And both you and your divine masculine are learning to transcend the mind, to walk above the waters, to see that you are something greater than the mind. Detaching from the mind is what gives you the power to a master over it. You are the master and the mind is the servant. The mind is not bad, but it is there to only serve you, not to control you or to be you or to dictate you. You, at the core, are divine greatness, and the mind ceases to exist without you, your attention, and your energy. It is a creation of yours. Do not serve or worship the creation, but recognize that you, divine feminine, are the creator. And that is what this journey has been given to you and your divine masculine to achieve, to wake you up to. And when you do, they do too. And there is no running, there is no separation, because you recognize what you need is what you and what you want, you already have. You need nothing because you recognize you already have everything. Lack is obliterated. It is overcome. Divine feminine. All right, let's get you guys an oracle card. I'm going to go with my Law of Attraction cards here. Let's see what they have to say. Let's get a little Abraham Hicks knowledge here. I love Abraham Hicks. I've not listened to her in a very long time. But I really love Abraham Hicks and her teachings. I'm not really sure about, some of the things, but that's the thing about teachers, even myself, you guys, as I am a teacher, or I am aspiring to be. It's all what resonates with you. Never place anyone above you. No one is your guide. You and God. That's it. Okay? And if there's something I say that resonates, well, then it was meant to, and it was placed there for you by God, not from me. We are conduits, you guys. There's a name, a reason why we named ourselves that. Because you're a conduit and I'm a conduit. We are vessels for the divine. So take what resonates. Follow your own inner heart, your own guidance. And if anyone else tries to tell you that they are the master and that you need to follow, you know right then and there that they're not the one for you. All right. Your card. You are an extension of non-physical energy. You are indeed an extension of that which we are. We are known as teacher, and we are known as Abraham. And we are together because of our matching intentions and desires. I know who I really am. I think this is a beautiful card because of what we were talking about. You guys, you are non-physical energy and you are connected to source, to the all, to the great I am. You are an extension of that, a conduit of non-physical energy. You are so much more powerful than the world would have you know. But I want to keep shouting it from the rooftops until everyone knows it. And when you know it, and you can see beyond your own ego, you'll see beyond the egos of everyone else around you, and you'll want to get on the rooftops and shout it out too. Because everyone deserves to know their divine nature. Everyone deserves to step into that space. We are not what we do. I love you guys. I hope this reading resonated with you today. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. It helps us a lot. Check out our content we've got coming up this week. I'll get you your numerology number. And if you guys are interested in one-on-ones, tarot readings, or group calls, which are phenomenal, check out the description box below. All right, you've got 4 and 1, my favorite numbers. 14, 41, 11, 44 is 11, 11, 444, 1144, 144, 114. All of those have massive amounts of meaning to me and probably to you too, because we are on this journey together. And these numbers have meaning. So do a little digging till all confusion ceases. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mwah.